We have a bunch of stuff to go through here in today's video for the next Treyarch Zombies update, new maps, wonder weapons, Easter eggs, a bunch of other pieces of DLC, some Cold War Zombies updates as well, a bunch of stuff to go through here in today's video. If you guys are new and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, and be sure to drop a like on the video as well. And also, today's video has been sponsored by Truebill, more on them in a bit. But first up here, for the release dates of Season 2, this update is coming up very soon. Of course, if you guys didn't know, Season 2 of Vanguard and Warzone was officially delayed a little bit ago. It was originally going to release on February 1st or February 2nd, the first week of February, but it was rescheduled for about 2 weeks later to Monday, February 14th, 2022, Valentine's Day. A very interesting release date there. I'm kind of confused as to why it's not a Wednesday or a Thursday like normal, but I guess a Monday release date for this season is fine as well. And this is only going to be in about a week and 2 or 3 days from now, so it's coming up super soon. And that also means in a couple of days we're going to see some marketing, some reveal trailers, roadmaps for this next season. As you guys probably know by now from Black Ops Cold War DLC updates, from MW 2019 updates as well, the main marketing day, the day in which we get a full gameplay trailer, a full reveal of a new season of a Call of Duty game, is always exactly 1 week before the season releases. So since Season 2 is releasing on Monday, February 14th, we should see a full gameplay trailer and a full reveal this Monday, February 7th, only a couple of days from now. It's Friday as of recording this video, so it's coming up very soon. So early next week we should see all of the important marketing and gameplay for this new update, which is really sick to see. Now in this video we're going to go through all of the zombies content. We know pretty much everything we're getting here for zombies. We'll talk about a bunch of stuff, but before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about today's sponsor, Truebill. It's an all-in-one finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. It helps keep track of your subscriptions, lowers your bills, budget properly, and grow your net worth. I've been using the app for a few weeks now, and it's super helpful. It tells me exactly in how many days I'll be charged for a certain subscription, when my paycheck is coming in, my recent credit card purchases, and how that stacks up, and it's all on the main dashboard of the app. The cancel unwanted subscriptions feature is really sick. The app visually shows you monthly how much money you've been spending on a certain subscription, and you can cancel it right there on the spot if needed. And also being able to set budgets for spending in a variety of different categories is great as well. I personally don't keep track of what I'm spending my money on too much, but after using the app and seeing the breakdown of how much money I'm really spending on food, concerts, stuff like that, I'm definitely going to better budget myself, and this app is going to be a great help with that. This is really one of the best personal finance apps I've seen out there that actually tries to help keep your money in order and overall improve your financial health. Try out Truebill today for free by heading over to truebill.com/matters or by clicking the link in the description down below. Again, huge shout out to Truebill for sponsoring today's video. Really is a sick and useful app, so again, be sure to check them out. Links down below in the description. But for this zombies update here, let's of course talk about the maps we're going to see added to Duranfong, new hub locations replacing Stalingrad, new objective maps, new round-based maps, new Dark Ether maps, a lot of different possibilities here. So let's go through the evidence we have right now and the information. There were some new updates since recording my previous video. We have new potential Duranfong locations. We have Pergola Lounge and Trolleys. Now, these were supposed to be new additions to Red Star or Stalingrad. Of course, the first new addition we got in Season 1 Reloaded's update was the Von List area, and the Von List area is a very important part of the map. It's going to be used for the Easter egg. I mean, we had the first part of the Easter egg there pretty much in that last update, so really cool area there. Now, these other locations, you know, we might still see in this game, although apparently Trolleys is actually scrapped, but you never know, they may still bring that back in the future if they continue to expand upon Red Star. I think Red Star has a little more expansion to do in terms of the outskirts of the map. You could see there are other areas we could definitely go into in this hub map right now, but it depends on what Treyarch wants to do. Do they want to continue to make new hub maps or just expand upon what we have right now? Of course, speaking on that, we are actually expected to see a new hub area for Duranfong releasing in Season 2, whether it's the launch of the season or Season 2 Reloaded. We don't know for sure yet, but it's going to be taking place in Egypt. Most people are saying it's going to be on the MP map Desert Siege, so that seems like a pretty cool location. There are a lot of quotes in the game right now referring to us going to Egypt, especially with the quotes we saw with the first part of the the Easter egg in Season 1 Reloaded of Duran Fong. We could potentially go to the other Vanguard MP map that takes place in Egypt, which is Oasis, although most people are saying this map is just going to be an objective map, although I could see either or happening. I could see Oasis being the hub map and then Desert Siege being an objective map, but, again, we'll see very soon. Whatever we end up getting, it's going to take place in Egypt. It's going to have an Egyptian vibe, and it's going to be cool to see what that looks like. Now, Phantom Ice, a YouTuber, he tweeted this out over on Twitter, a bunch of images from a Battlefield 1 map that takes place in Egypt. This is a really sick vibe, and overall, I'm loving this mixture here of the map taking place in nighttime. It looks creepy, it looks cool, but it's also not too dark. He says that Duran Fong is a bit too dark for his liking, and I understand where he's coming from. I mean, I do like zombies on the darker side of things, especially with the maps we saw from Cold War Zombies. A lot of them were a bit too bright. A lot of the better maps, in my opinion, were, Marauder Toten, super dark vibes, super cool, Forsaken as well. Die Maschine is an exception. It was pretty bright, but I love that map, but I think Die Maschine, if it was a bit darker, a bit more spookier, it probably would have been a better map just in terms of the atmosphere. So for Vanguard Zombies, I like that it's on the darker side of things, but I get what he's saying here because this Battlefield 1 map, it's the perfect mixture of, a nighttime setting, but with a decent amount of brightness so you can actually see what's going on there. I think this is a perfect mixture here. So if they could bring this over to the Egyptian map, if it looks exactly like this, that would be so cool. If it's super dark again, like Stalingrad and Duran Fong in general, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I'm fine with that. It's just I don't want to see a super bright map. I really didn't like the super bright Outbreak maps that took place in the desert from Cold War Zombies. It really wasn't my favorite thing to look at, but I may be in the minority with that opinion there. Let me know down below, what do you want to see for this hub map? And also, do you want to see more hub maps in the future? Will more hub maps make things more interesting for Duran Fong? Do you want them to just keep this Desert Siege and Stalingrad map and expand upon those maps, or instead of expanding upon the existing hub maps, continue to add more and more base hub maps? We're going to talk about a Dark Aether map in a second. Would you want that Dark Aether map to be the hub map? Would you want it to be a round base map? So let me know all of your opinions on that down below. Now, moving on to more maps here, we're going to see in the mode in Von List's office, there are a bunch of paintings up on the wall that reveal some more maps in this mode. We have Eagle's Nest at the bottom. On the left, we have what seems to be Demyansk, the Vanguard MP map as well. And then on the right is just like an unknown multiplayer map or a new map location potentially. Let me know down below. It kind of looks like Oasis to me, but it could be something else. But for sure, these are just going to be objective maps in the mode, which I guess is cool to see. I think most people don't really care. I guess it's interesting to have more variety in the objective modes and maps and stuff like that. But overall, I'm just not the biggest fan of just seeing multiplayer maps added into the game, but it'll definitely add a bit more variety to the mode, so that's definitely good to see. And for some more maps as well, of course, the big one here for me is the Dark Aether map that Treyarch confirmed we were gonna see. They said it's a newly created map, a newly created location for Duran Fong. Now, for me, this map here has the most potential to be the most interesting and fun part of this mode we've seen to date. They could do so many different things here. It depends on where it takes place, what they do with the Dark Aether map. Is it a hub map? Is it a round-based map through the Void objective? What could they do with this here? For the actual setting of this area, we talked about a map potentially inspired or based on the crazy place from Origins in BO2 Zombies, even if it's not the exact same location, and it doesn't even need to, connect through the storyline or anything. If it's just inspired by the crazy place in that area, that would be so sick to see. And for sure, people would come in and say, you know what, I'm gonna check Duran Fong out because this is a super sick location inspired by the Origins crazy place, and it might be really sick as well. If they add the round-based objective, it might be legitimately the best map and the only map people might play in Vanguard Zombies. Even if it's not, that replayable, even if people play it every so often, it would definitely be something that people are at least interested in instead of playing a bunch of Vanguard MP maps in Zombies. Now, again, you could disagree with me down below. Let me know your opinions on that, but I think that would be super cool. Another potential Dark Aether location we talked about is a place inspired by, the Die Maschine Dark Aether or just the Cold War Zombies Dark Aether in general. That Dark Aether is kind of a bluish, purplish vibe. Now, for Vanguard Zombies, it will most likely be a reddish vibe to some extent, so just picture what you're seeing up on screen, but with a red theme. I think that could be super sick. A mythical Dark Aether based map would be so insanely cool. How far they go with that, we'll see very soon. Of course, going back to Cold War Zombies for a second, a lot of the theories that we had for DLC 4 of that game was to have some type of map set specifically in the Dark Ether, a whole map where everything is just mythical, blue and purple everywhere, all just crazy structures, things floating around. I mean, they could do a lot of crazy stuff. Of course, we got Forsaken, which was a pretty good map, but I think most people would have still rather seen a Dark Ether based map. So if they want to do kind of a concept of that, but in Vanguard Zombies, that'd be sick as well. Maybe a precursor to what they might do in Call of Duty 2023, expanding upon the Dark Ether and a potential round-based map set in that area in that game. Now, that'd be pretty sick as well. But again, we'll see very soon. I don't want to set my expectations too high. A lot of people are saying that, you know what, why are you thinking and expecting Treyarch to do this crazy stuff for Vanguard Zombies where they're barely supporting it? We barely have any content for the mode. And I'm just going off of what they said. They said we're getting a new, unique Dark Ether Zombies location. I'm just trying to theorize the best possible outcome of that and what we could see. So of course we're not going to have the greatest Dark Ether map of all time, but if they do get inspiration from the D Machina Dark Ether, the Cold War Zombies Dark Ether in general, from the Crazy Place, if they at least get inspiration from that and bring that into whatever they can for Vanguard Zombies, I would at least be happy with that. So let's hope for the best. Let's be realistic though. Obviously we don't know for sure with the Dark Ether map. That's a big question mark right now, but they did confirm it, so I'm just hoping for the best here. So again, we'll see very soon. Now let's go through some more Zombies DLC we're going to see in Season 2 of Vanguard Zombies. Tesla Storm from Cold War Zombies. There, it was a field upgrade. It's going to be brought into this mode as an artifact. This is a very interesting one. It seems like right now we're just going to see the Cold War Zombies field upgrades in this game. Will we see a new, unique artifact in Vanguard Zombies? Probably not. Maybe we'll get at least one at some point, but most likely we'll just have different variations or the exact same versions of what we saw back from Cold War Zombies. Right now in Vanguard Zombies, we have Energy Mine, Ether Shroud, Ring of Fire, Frost Blast, and of course soon Tesla Storm. We have other field upgrades we could see brought into Vanguard as artifacts. We have Healing Aura, we have Frenzied Guard, and Toxic Growth still from Cold War. Could we see those in future Vanguard Zombie seasons? Probably. I don't see them really putting much effort into new artifacts. I would rather them take their time into bringing us new maps, new Easter eggs, new wonder weapons. I feel like that's the more fun part of the mode. And the artifacts would be, you know, it would be cool to see a new unique artifact, but most likely it's not going to happen. So if they have to delegate their time to making the content we want to see, I think maps and, you know, wonder weapons are really at the top for me. But, you know, let me know down below what you want to see in terms of that. We're also going to see a new objective added to the mode as well. It's going to be called Assault. We don't know exactly how that's going to work, but we're going to be on the assault, attacking zombies or something like that. You know, we'll see very soon. Now, the bigger thing here, of course, multiple wonder weapons being added to the mode. So right now we're pretty confident for Season 2 we're getting a shield based wonder weapon and then a cool gun, which is like a new variation of a ray gun in the game. So for the shield based wonder weapon, apparently it might be used for the Easter egg. I still don't know how this is going to look, how it's going to work. Hopefully it's just really sick, and hopefully it's not just like a shield with some extra powers. I mean, hopefully it's like a really sick wonder weapon. But for the cool gun, that's where we're more interested in, you know, what that's going to look like. Is it just going to be a frozen ray gun? Is it going to look like a whole different type of ray gun, you know, not similar to the first ray gun, the Mark II, even the Mark III, like a legit Mark IV, a never before seen version of the ray gun? That would be so sick to see. Let me know down below your ideas on that. And of course, we're going to get a main Easter egg quest for Daron Fong. I'm also super interested to see how long it's going to be. Is it going to be super extensive, super involved? Will there be a lot of gameplay based Easter egg steps? Will it be mostly storyline based steps where in the first part of the Easter egg in Season 1 Reloaded, we kind of just ran around, listened to different quotes and stuff like that. It wasn't too crazy. It was fun, but it wasn't too like gameplay focused. I prefer the gameplay focused Easter eggs where we do mini little lockdown sections and boss fights and stuff like that. I thought that was super cool from past games, and for this game, hopefully it's not like the old like BO3 days where, you know, BO3 had some good gameplay steps, but a lot of the BO3 Easter eggs were kind of just like solving crazy puzzles, and at some point it kind of gets a bit boring. I really don't mind if the Easter egg gets solved in a short amount of time. For me, it's more about the actual fun factor of the Easter egg. Is the Easter egg fun to play? Not even if it's easy, but if it's just fun to play and fun to go through and do when you're playing a game of Vanguard Zombies. That's the most important thing to me. So let me know down below your opinions on that. Of course, I don't want to set my expectations too high for this Easter egg here. As long as it's a decent, fun Easter egg, I mean, I'll probably be down with that. So again, we'll see very soon. But for Cold War Zombies now, here's where we get into some interesting stuff. For now, we did get confirmation from the 115-day blog post that we're going to get more DLC for this very soon, at least in terms of operators and store bundles. They said we're also already working on future Zombies content, and we're not even done updating our roster of operators in Black Ops Cold War. So of course we had ideas before as to what they could do in terms of zombie themed operator bundles, an Eddie bundle, more Samantha Maxis bundles. A crazy one would of course be the Victus characters, maybe even old Ether characters like Richtofen and stuff like that. I know it doesn't make sense with the storyline too much, but it would still be cool to see in general. If they just want to do some fun stuff, I think most people would understand it's just a fun operator pack, and it doesn't have to be relating to the current storyline in the game. But again, that's not too realistic, but just more zombie-themed operator bundles would be sick to see. I thought we didn't see enough of those during the main season of the game, so during a year 2 season of Cold War, definitely possible to see a bit more, and they're kind of confirming it here from this 115-day blog post. Now, of course, a lot of people still want to see more content in terms of actual zombies maps added to Cold War Zombies. I made a recent video going through what we could see in terms of maps for Outbreak, Onslaught, and even some round-based maps. I just want to say for Black Ops 3's Year 2 season, where we saw the Zombies Chronicles 1 map pack come out, it was May 2017, all of those old remasters. The lead up to that was very interesting. We, of course, had leaks about that map pack coming out. I was making a bunch of videos about those leaks. I was receiving a bunch of hate because people were saying, you know, Treyarch has not confirmed this. It's not happening. And, of course, it did end up releasing. But what happened then was that Treyarch really barely marketed that update, that map pack. We had one major reveal. We had the gameplay trailer, and then it came out, and it was all a super short time frame. There was barely any lead up to that map pack releasing. So for Zombies Chronicles 2, if it were to release in Cold War Zombies, a year 2 DLC season this year at some point, let's say this spring 2022, around the same time where it released with Black Ops 3 a while ago, I mean, there probably won't be any lead up until around April or May, so we won't know officially until then, all the way then, if we're actually going to get this here. So for now, I mean, I guess they could theoretically tease it in this 115-day blog post by saying we're working on future Zombies content. I guess they could also say we might have more zombie maps for Cold War, but I think for the most part, if they are going to release a ZC2 in this game, they probably want to hold off and make it a surprise because they know how much people want to see it. They know how huge it would do and why it being a surprise might be a better thing than just, you know, flat out teasing it and revealing it this early on. So that's just an idea of mine. That's just wishful and hopeful thinking. Of course, we could still see it in this game, but maybe later on. Maybe it was pushed back to Call of Duty 2023. You know, we just don't know for sure, but hopefully, if that is the case, I don't mind it being a surprise. And, you know, as long as we do end up seeing it eventually, I would be definitely happy with that. But that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. There are 2 videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Real do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.